Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from the beautiful metaverse, and this is Reverend Don's Vlog. And tonight I wanted to talk a little bit about things I have been doing, particularly regarding Corellian publishing. And several times I've said that I would share the proof copy of Third Degree on the Vlog. But as you know, it was delayed by a week, but it is here now. And this is the proof copy. You can see it says proof copy right across the front, which of course the real book will not. And I was very pleased with the quality of the proof copy. The book is heavily edited with new pictures that were not here previously, since the previous one was basically unillustrated. Let me see how best to hold this for the camera. But you can see there are many pictures in the book, but in particular there are pictures of the psychic exercises. And also the techniques that are discussed in the book, such as astral travel, using sound waves in magic and psychic work. There are many different things in the book. It's a very large book, and I think the people who have pre-ordered it will be very pleased with it. There we go. And as you can see, there are many illustrations. One of the reasons I felt so strongly about the illustrations is because when we talk about psychic and magical techniques, for a person who is just learning them, it helps to see it illustrated, I think. Particularly if visualization, imagining the energy and where you need to direct it is important, it's helpful to see an example of how that might be done. Now, of course, every person's different. Some people will find they need to adapt one way or another, but I think the illustrations will be very helpful for people. So we're going to make the order for the Third Degree books that have been pre-ordered on Monday. So if over the weekend you have been thinking about ordering one, this is the ideal time, and we will put in a large order, and they should be 2 people by the end of February. So we had our proof copy more or less at the time we predicted, and they will be printed and shipped. And I hope that people will enjoy their Third Degree books when they get them. The next thing in the line is Medium 365. I know that we originally announced this for October, but it took a little longer than expected. But I feel it's a really good book. I'm actually surprised by how much I have enjoyed the book. You know, at my point in my career, I have I've done a lot of study and a lot of reading. So when something impresses me, it is a statement about it. So we're currently putting Medium 365 into its final form. We will be making the order for the copies that have been pre-ordered probably next week sometime. It will be after the Third Degree. Depends how long it takes with this final editing into the final template, but it's very soon now. So I know people have been waiting. I thank you for your patience, and you will have it in your hands. I think also probably around the end of February, first week of March, thereabout. It all depends on, again, this final editing. And I want to see, we have no comments, but I want to thank the people who are watching. I see that there are people watching, so thank you. Now, after Medium 365, I believe the next book will be Ritual in Theory and Practice. I want to thank the Reverend Sir Ebony Nash for her help in the re-editing of this book. And it will also probably be going to print sometime in the month of February. Not exactly sure yet, because it will follow Medium 365, which is still in process. Also, Lady Crystal and I are writing a new book, which is intended to be an introductory book for people who are just coming to Corellianism or just coming to Wicca and paganism. And it will be intended to be a very basic, yet thorough book. And we have started work on that. That will probably be coming later in the year. And of course, there are numerous other books in queue. And of course, we still have all the tarot decks. So Corellian Publishing is very busy just at present. And I expect to be busy editing for weeks to come. as we bring out the books that have been out of print that people have been asking for. The third degree we were just talking about, people tell me they've been paying $100 or more to get copies of third degree because it's become hard to find. Um, that no longer will be true. Now you can get it at Corellian Publishing or you can get it through Amazon. I will be expanding its availability on Amazon now that I've actually seen the proof. Now, I do want to say that, you know, we could have ordered it without ordering the proof. That would have sped this all up. But I've learned my lesson after the tarot books that when there's a lot of artwork in a book, you need to see the proof. Some of the tarot books, I would have rather the pictures had not been quite as dark as they came out. We have corrected that for the future. Had I ordered a proof, I would have realized. It did not show on the computer screen. So now, all of the heavily illustrated books, there will be a delay while we wait for the proof copy because we want it to be a good copy when it comes. And pretty much all of the books, most of the books I'm working on, certainly the degree books, will be heavily illustrated. Some of the others, Ritual and Theory and Practice, probably won't be as heavily illustrated. Medium 365 will not be heavily illustrated because it's just not the nature of the project, but many other books will be. And of course, we also have things like the Great Women of Antiquity coloring book, which is all illustration, plus biographies of the women shown. We have numerous things available and much more coming. And I thought today I would simply take this time to talk about that. And as I say, I see Lady Laurie is with us. Hello, Lady Laurie. And she's excited to see new teachings coming from Lady Crystal. Lady Crystal's excited too. She, you know, she's been in retirement for some time, and she's not coming out of retirement except for the writing. But she's excited to be writing again. And hello, Gwendolyn Olympia Adams. Hello. I'm glad to see you. Glad to see everyone. And there certainly will be more information about this as we go forward. There's more coming. We're talking about a new tarot expansion deck, but I think it's maybe the most interesting one yet. Certainly the most amusing one yet. But there'll be more about that later. So there's a lot of things going on in the creative world of the Corellian publishing arm. So watch for more. And if you enjoy the vlog, and hello to Noreen Sullivan. And if you enjoy the vlog, please hit like, subscribe, or share according to the platform you're watching it on. The next one will be Monday. I will be going back to editing probably this evening. And I will say, Sir Edward and I were talking earlier about how precise editing is. And, it really is. It's a skill. As an artist, I have always been very given to precise detail. And I find that comes in very handy when I'm doing the editing. Things you would never think of reading a book, putting it together, you have to think about. Where you place the illustrations can be very important. Now, we also have some books coming in both Spanish and Greek, and probably some other languages soon, and I will announce them as they finish. But we're expanding on all fronts. It's going to be a wonderful year. And, this whole period of the March to the Parliament, I think we will be bringing out a lot of new materials for people. And hopefully, indefinitely in the future. And I see that Gwendolyn says, please call me Mama G. Hello, Mama G. Welcome. And so it's an interesting thing. Finishing third degree, about 2 weeks I spent doing nothing but editing from pretty much the start of the day to the end. Because there were 70 pictures to place. And before that, of course, the text itself had to be edited. Third degree, the religious teachings, the spiritual teachings have not substantially changed in any way. They're timeless. But in third degree, we talk a lot about temple management, about navigating through the community, about using the internet, and about certain legalities. And some of those things have changed substantially in the time since this was written. It's been 20 years. And so those things have been updated. Um, there are some differences, and I think you'll find the book also maybe a little easier to use. And again, I think that providing illustrations for the psychic exercises and the spiritual techniques that we discuss will also make them easier to understand for the student who's just learning them. So again, there'll be more to come. Thank you so much for watching, and I will say good night for now. Thank you, and until next time, may you blessed be.